Good morning, this is Mr. Veron with the solution to the problem of the day from May 13th. So it says, on Monday, Ms. Smith asked her students to write down the numbers of hours they spent reading over the weekend. Their answers are shown below. Copy the number line below. Based on the answers the students wrote, make a line plot using the number line you copied. Be sure to label your line plot. Part B, how many of Mrs. Smith's students read 4 or more hours over the weekend? Use your line plot to explain how you know. So, in this line plot, first we're going to copy down the number line before we create our line plot, and we want to label it. So, I just made a title here that just said hours spent reading, and then the bottom here is the number of hours they have read. Now, the X's are actually the students that answered for the hours that they spent reading over the weekend. So if we look here, okay, we had one person that read 0 hours. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 people that read 2 hours. We had 3 people that read 3 hours. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 people that read 4 hours. 1 that read 5, 2 that read 6, and 1 that read 8. Now you notice here, a lot of kids sometimes when they make the number line, okay, will skip the numbers that don't need X's above it. But when you're doing a number line, you want to make sure that you include all numbers from your lowest point, which in this case, our lowest number of hours spent reading was 0, to our highest point, which was 8. So in this case, we want to go from 0 to 8. Now, they had already done the line plot for you, but for future reference, you always want to start with your lowest number and end with your highest number. Now, when you get to 5th grade and you start doing number lines and line plots with fractions, you typically want to go to your lowest whole number and your highest whole number, and then include your fractional parts in between. Now, that was part A. We made sure that we labeled it, and again, we filled out our line plot. Now, part B asks, how many of Mrs. Smith's students read 4 or more hours over the weekend? So in this case, when we hear 4 or more, I'm looking for 4 and everything above it. And we're going to make sure that we're including that 4 in this. If it said just greater than 4, then we'd only care about 5, 6, 7, and 8. But since it's saying 4 or more, we want to look at the numbers 4 through 8. And what we want to do is count how many X's are above those numbers. So if I look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Another one here would make 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've had 8 students that read 4 or more hours because there are 8 X's above the numbers 4 through 8. So again, all you're doing is counting the X's, because in this case, our X's represent the number of students, or the students that answered for that amount of hours that they read. So hopefully you'll get the same answers, and stay tuned for the problem of the day. Thanks. Bye.